I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
What do we do?
He's been here once tonight. I think he'll come back. I'm going to wait for him.
I still think I should notify the radio and television.
No. If you do that, they'll see him in every street corner. They'll look for him in every house. Just tell your men to keep their mouths shut and their eyes open.
I'll check back in an hour.
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. The finale to the Halloween saga month thing.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I feel like we've been waiting for this one for a long time.
Because we have.
Yeah.
The Friday the 13th one was like the halfway mark, I feel, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
I guess it was. Yeah, it was. Kind of.
Yeah.
But then the other two were just like, yeah, this is fun, but that Halloween episode, man.
Yeah.
What about that Halloween episode?
It was easy because, like, even though, like, Friday the 13th was, like, halfway through the month, we still got to record it, like, right at the beginning. To where, like Halloween is literally the end of the month, and I'm, like, fucking itching. Like, come on. Hurry up.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah, and then what's cool is, we'll just... the one thing that I noticed today that I sent you was like, dude, we're doing the Halloween episode today. Oddly enough, the Halloween one, the original Halloween, was released October 25th, 1978.
And I replied as, it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Well, that is actually pretty sweet, right?
Yeah. So if it's not obvious to anybody, this is going to be an episode dedicated to Halloween and Michael Myers. So
The Shape,
the boogeyman, the guy who is
that is awesome.
The cool character with some bad movies. It's kind of funny. Like I think I mentioned it to you, or it's either you or my brother, and I was like, it really seems like joining the groups and everything when they're talking about it, it's like, man, I think they like the character more than the movies. Or they
for sure.
put up with
sure.
the movies for the character. Because I was like, when I was making my list, I'm like, man, there's a lot of low ones and there's a few high ones. And it was kind of difficult, like in the middle for me, like where to put everything.
Mm-hmm.
So to get it rolling, though, before we get these ranked, how were you introduced? Because I got a pretty cool story. How were you introduced to Michael Myers?
So, my aunt, which is my mom's twin, unfortunately, she passed away, weirdly enough, 22 years ago today. So,
I'm sorry to hear that.
She was that cool aunt. She wanted me to see everything. She wanted any scary movie there is, showing it. And for the most part, majority of my movies I seen up to probably 98 were all because of her. So she's the one who said, here's Michael Myers. And I remember sitting on the couch with her when I was probably about 7 or 8 years old. And we went through the first Halloween movie, and I haven't slept the same since. Right. So no, but yeah, it was so cool. And then it eventually became into like a passion, you know. You're like, oh, I love Michael Myers. I love it. You know, you're not scared of him anymore. You're just like, this is cool. Right. I love it now. Right. But yeah, it was my aunt, and that goes for a lot of my family too. They were introduced as horror movies from her too. Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, it's good times.
Mine was this was messed up. I remember being a toddler and getting out of bed, and I walked into the living room, and I didn't know this for years, but my parents were watching Halloween 4, and I walked out to the scene in Halloween 4 when he's in Jamie's room at the beginning, and he leans up beside the bed. Ooh. Yeah. And then I remember him pulling her underneath the bed, and that's all I remembered. Well, the rest of I was literally a toddler, but it like burned into my brain. Like that was scary. So I went years. I was very sheltered when it came to horror movies. My parents did not let me watch horror movies until I was 10, which was the first Halloween. So when I saw the first Halloween, I was like, that's him? Dude, I've been having dreams about this guy.
The shape.
Yes. I had dreams about Michael Myers without knowing who Michael Myers was. Dude.
Oh, my God.
So it was pretty crazy, like, that's him. And, you know, we saw the first Halloween, and I loved it. Like, I was like, that was cool. And then my parents let me, start going to the video store and renting all of them and, watching, number 2. My dad wouldn't let me get 3. And, come to find out, I know why now. 3 doesn't have Michael Myers in it. I probably would have lost interest in it. I don't know. But then, I saw 4 scared. And then that was when I saw the scene again. I was like, this was the one. This was the one I saw for the very first time. And then saw 5 and didn't see one for a while after that. And, seeing 6, I found out why 6 was much more like, holy cow. It got ramped up. And then I believe... Gosh, how old was I? I think I was 12 or 13. My uncle, took me to go see Halloween H2O. But anyway, it was awesome. Like, yeah, it was wild finally knowing, like, holy cow, I've been having nightmares of this dude and having no idea who it was. And, it was pretty intense. Pretty intense, that's pretty awesome. Cool. So that was the beginning of Michael Myers for me.
Nice.
Yeah. So I guess we might as well just get to it. We should rank. You and I are completely separate. We did not rank together. And we'll go through some trivia each time we rank the movies. Now, keep in mind, everyone, these are our opinions. Rankings are subjective.
Please don't message us, you motherfucker.
Yeah, because I sat there.
How dare you?
There was one of them. I thought, I was like, all right, this is going to be a mid movie. And the more I saw this movie or thought about it, it kept dropping through my rankings. And I was like, man, I don't know if this is going to upset some people or what. But we're going to see. I will say this ahead of time. I ranked Halloween 3 in there, but it was hard for me to do that because it's not Michael Myers involved. If I were to, like, I actually like that movie, but if I were to able to, like, just take it apart, but I did put it in here. But I think it has an unfair ranking because it upset a lot of people. Michael Myers is not in it, so we'll see. But yes, it's cool, guys. It's cool. It's subjective.
Hey, man, we cool.
Yeah,
all right? We're cool,
We
man.
cool, man, and we'll just chill. All right, Brandon. Well,
Okay.
I counted lucky number 13 Halloween movies.
Correct.
I'll let you get rolling on yours. Your worst one, beginning.
Oh, we're
is
going
the
worse.
worst. We're going worst first.
Oh, snap, son. Okay. Straight up, man. Number 13, Halloween Resurrection.
Me too.
Yeah, I know it. I know it serves like a direct sequel to like H2O and whatnot, but just wasn't a fan. The story was weak. The suspense wasn't 100% there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. It just did not do it for me. And this was sad because obviously we're in high school at this time, and
Yeah.
I felt like, oh, cool, he's back, you know? Nah, well, not 100% back.
Yeah.
So.
Do you remember you and I trying to sneak into the theater to see this one? We were 16, and we were like, let's go see it. And they wouldn't sell us the tickets. So
I kind of do.
Yeah, so then we were like, oh my God, what was it was a Christian Bale movie with the dragons. Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey, Reign of Fire.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, oh, well, and we're looking over there, and
oh my God, dude. I
Yeah.
do remember this.
yeah, and we bought the Reign of Fire tickets, and
Yeah,
the guy saw us trying to look, and they stood at the door and checked everyone's
Yep.
tickets.
Yes, I do remember
And I
that.
was like, you
damn, dude.
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then come
Yeah.
to find out, we ended up leaving. We should have stayed for that movie because it was pretty good. Whatever. I guess we just weren't ready to settle for that one.
Yeah.
But man, when I finally saw this, I was so pissed I spent money on this movie to not even go see it in the theater.
Yeah.
It was... what's that?
The movie was okay.
I
just, the mask, I didn't like the mask.
One thing that pissed me off about the mask is there was too much emotion in it. And dude,
Yeah.
they put the Batman black eye makeup around his eyes. Did you notice that?
You can see his eyes.
Yeah,
Like, it's not.
Yeah, but
That
he's
ain't it.
got like makeup, like literally Batman black makeup eyes, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna rip this one apart real quick.
Go ahead. It's the worst one for me. So.
Yeah, there are no likable characters. I think the only I think
Busta Rhymes in it.
I think the only likable character was the mental patient that could name off all the serial killers, and Michael handed him the knife at the beginning after he killed.
Well, I guess you can go Jamie Lee Curtis's. in
Yeah.
it, so I mean, you could say her too.
Yeah, after he killed her. What a cash. That was when I was like, you son of a bitches made this movie just for money. Like, they found a decently creative way to bring Michael back after he was supposed to be decapitated, but it really cheapened H2O. Like, to the max. Yeah. It made H2O worse. So yeah, that was a piece of shit movie. What's funny, I found this out today, was we mentioned this guy, you know, the dick face that was trying to save her through the audio headset and stuff, like chat. He was the stoner in Freddy vs. Jason. Like, man, that goalie was pissed about something.
Oh, no way.
It's the same guy. Yeah. But I mean, you got Busta Rhymes.
Dude.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes punking Mike what the fuck you doing over here? I'm supposed to be dressed like that, man. And then the worst line of all, trick or treat, motherfucker, and he fucking shocks his nuts, dude.
Boosh.
That's the lowest of the low of this franchise. Was them, frying his freaking nuts off. I was like, this is so sad. And watching him get in a kung fu fight, you might as well have had Michael Myers do kung fu too. That's where we were.
Funny if he just backed up and just did a pose, just like Power Rangers or something, just bah.
Like the video.
Like, damn, this movie just got so cool. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, it was. I was pretty just like, oh my god, and then just to find out he lived at the end anyway.
Yeah, I read an article that Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter did not agree with this movie afterwards.
Yeah, I think she was on contract.
It was something like that. Yeah, and they both agreed like that was bad.
Yeah.
So at least they knew, Yeah. Like, shit.
It was awful. It was awful.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that's my 13.
All right, number 12.
Did you go? Was yours?
No, mine was Resurrection. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll just kick that heaping pile of dog shit aside.
Yippee-ki-yay.
This is the movie number 12 for me. This was the movie that kept dropping. Now, hear me out, everyone. This movie kept dropping out for me. This ended up. This is where I'm going to start losing people. Halloween Kills.
Whoa.
Yes. This one really frustrated me. Now,
wow.
Now the biggest reason why was I felt he wrote this script. He made the characters so dumb to fit the script. It was a fucking disaster. So like for example, Tommy Doyle. We need to stick together. We got to stick in numbers. Dude. We got to do this. We got to do that. The next scene. They're all in the SUV and they pull up. Where's Tommy Doyle? Fucking alone. I was like, oh my God. He's all wide-eyed. Like, okay, we'll go figure it out. And dude, that scene when they're all when Michael Myers gets on the roof of the SUV, that is the biggest group of dumbasses I have ever met. They even had to drop in a one-liner. This is for Loomis, and she doesn't have any bullets. Like, really? That's how the nurse is going to go out? So then the other nurse, the Halloween nurse, has that handgun and is just fucking unloading miss. And all it took was Michael just to kick the door. Like, I was like... Dude, this is reaching a level of fucking dumb. I can't. I'm having a hard time with. If I have a handgun, I'm keeping my distance. Like dude, he's trying to strangle him. The doctor, the Halloween doctor, is trying to strangle him with a fucking stethoscope. Like, I'm like, what are we doing here? Now, the kills were awesome. But let me get to the most annoying part, failed executed part of this movie. Evil dies tonight. If I gotta hear that one more time, I'm gonna drown myself in a toilet. It was so over the top. I get what he was going for, mob mentality. We were dealing with it all year, so why not put it in a movie? Because we said it. I watch Halloween to learn things. No, I don't watch it to learn things. Like, I just wanted good Halloween movies. You nailed the kills in this one. The kills were good.
Yeah. No, there was pretty sweet.
But, dude, just what he was going for didn't work. The firefighter scene was awesome. I'm going to bring that up later when Ends comes up. And, yeah, I lost it here, and I'll talk about it later. I want to talk about this trilogy after everything, but the more I thought about it and the more I watched it, the lower that movie started to fall for me. And just the writing of how dumb people were that's where that's why I struggle with this. I find this movie really tough to rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my rant. It could have been done
That's fair.
better. Could have been done.
Oh
better.
yeah. No, I agree. Especially with now you got us drug in with the returning of Halloween in 2018, and then everyone's anticipating now, and like, oh, the movie's coming back. The movie's go. Oh, there's another one. There's another. Remember, because we were like, oh, that's it. We're just doing this one this year, and then it's like, oh, the Kills comes out, and that's it. It's done. And so, like, oh shit, dude, there's another one coming out. There's one more still coming out. Like, you still got that coming. Coming back every year, and people are excited about it. You can't just skip and hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so my 12 is the sequel to Resurrection, or I shouldn't say sequel to prequel. H2O is my number 12.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually had this further up, and then I just kept pushing it back for some reason. I kind of was like doing the same thing. I don't know. It just, I maybe because of how the story, like the trees went, like the first Halloween, then it jumps to 2008.
Oh, the timeline.
Yeah. What do I say trees for? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking family trees. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Tree chart.
Yeah. Yeah. But just knowing that, like the 20 years later, there's nothing, it doesn't mean anything now. It's just whatever,
Yeah.
I did have this at number 10, and then I kind of moved shit around eventually. But it was, again, they're all okay. Disliked The Mask a lot. The Mask just blew.
Well,
I did not care for her.
Yeah, I'll mention a few things when I mention it. There were multiple masks, if you didn't know. Yeah.
That part where Jamie Lee Curtis was staring at him through the porthole.
Yeah.
And he's just standing there like twisting his head. I was like, this is stupid. And I did not like the mask. That mask really bothers the hell out of me. Mm-hmm. Now, if that was the old original mask, I think it would look badass.
Yeah.
That would have been like, shit, okay. But it's not. Mm-hmm. It did not work for me.
Well, he had the big old wide eyes.
Yeah. It's a lot bigger, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The cast, it's okay. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis was in it. Josh Hartnett. LL Cool J was in it. So, I mean, it had some people in it, but it just did not work for me. And it's sad because that one, and we were 12 years old at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was excited. I remember watching it at my uncle's house.
Yeah.
I was like, this is cool. Here we go. And then it's just like, this don't feel like the Michael Myers I knew growing up. And then obviously at the end when he's pinned between a tree and a car or something?
Yeah, the van.
And they swipe his head off. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah. It felt really polished compared to, like, if we're jumping back, like, okay, now we're going to jump back to after 2. Yeah, it felt really polished, and it made me feel like they were going after the Scream vibe than the Halloween vibe, but
yeah, I guess you could say that. Right? Scream came out
I got
the
my
year
own
before.
I got my own rants when I get to that one.
But yeah, number 12 is H2O for me.
All right, okay. Number 11. What you got for number 11?
I just went, man. You should go.
I'll go again. I got Halloween 2, Rob Zombie, 2009.
Okay.
Dude, the movie started off insanely strong. The coroner's getting into an accident with that cow, and Mike just boom kicks out the back, and it's like, holy cow! No pun intended. I did not mean that. I did not mean that. It. So he comes out. And
Jesus Christ!
What does homeboy do? He just starts sawing that dude's neck off with a piece of windshield.
Dude.
Not neck off, head off. And I was like, dear Lord. And the cinematography in that scene, like the moon is out. I was watching it. I went to a midnight showing of it. I was like, that is
nice.
I was like, that's amazing looking. And right after I said that, it goes downhill when you see Sherry Moon Zombie, because Rob Zombie has to put his wife in everything he does with the white horse. And I was like, what in the Friday the fucking 13th is going on here? He's seeing his mom? And I was like, all right.
I know.
Well, that's odd. And then, and then the hospital scene happens, and it's awesome. And did I get it backwards? No. Michael is at the hospital and is just a nut job. That poor black nurse, where he is just wailing on her.
Oh my God.
And then plants the knife in the back of her head. I'm like, dude. I was like, this isn't Michael Myers. This is something way off the charts.
Yeah.
Like, Rob Zombie created something. This guy's not sneaky. He's not, in the background. He is just an unstoppable 6'7" giant. I don't have to sneak around. I'm just going to go through anyone that I have to.
Yeah.
That's not Michael Myers, to me. And the kills were good. Dude, I felt bad for Buddy, the old guy who got the axe in the back. That was pretty brutal.
That was what's his name? Richard.
It was a guy from Office Space.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. Richard's. Yeah, something like that.
I'm a people person. I deal with people.
What do you say you actually do here?
Yeah. But it does have, I think, one of the most violent
for sure.
deaths.
He nailed that. He nailed that for sure.
Well, the one that got me bad was Annie's death, when it was off screen and you just heard it, and she's screaming ow, 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 and then Laurie comes home and she's literally naked on the ground. There is blood everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, dude, that was one thing Rob Zombie, I think, did right, was he let the imagination run with this. But
you're just imagining everything that's happening.
And sometimes my imagination is far worse than what I see on screen.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Never mind.
Yeah. So, but the whole white horse thing, I get he tried to do something different. I appreciate it, but it wasn't necessarily rewatchable. And then come to find out, when it was released on DVD, they changed the ending to where Michael speaks, "Die!" And I was like, they made Loomis a complete fucking tool. It landed flat for me. I tried liking it, but I'm so tired of Rob Zombie's wife and everything. And she felt like she was there just to be there. But they went way off course with that one. So, yeah, number 11, Halloween 2.
That was actually my 11 too. I just wanted to see what you say.
Oh, shit.
I was like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tell me more, Ryan.
No, it was, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I can't stand Sherry Moon in any of the shit. I mean, I get it. You wanted to show her in your original movies like Devil's Rejects and, House of 1,000 Corpses, and show her boobies. Okay, cool. We don't need it. We don't need every movie you do to have her in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, like she played Deborah Myers, and it's like, okay.
I thought she did good in the first one. I didn't mind her in the first one. But just to shoo her into the second one, into this weird mythical Jason's mom role, felt so forced, and like exactly what you said, like, you're just putting her in there to put her in there.
Yeah.
That's how everybody viewed it.
It is. And it sucks because I don't want it to look like that, but it does.
Yeah. Yep.
So be it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I kind of stole your thunder on that one. You want to go on 10?
No, you're good. You're good. So
do you have more, or do you want to go to 10?
No. Yeah, we'll move up to 10.
All right.
So like I said, I had H2O originally at the number 10 spot.
Okay.
But this one I had to change because I actually thought about this for quite a while, but I'm gonna throw The Curse of Michael Myers in at number 10.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like it made him like we talked about this before. It made him like almost supernatural type feel, you know, and yeah, it's like it introduces the Thorn cult and whatnot, and oh geez, I just got something in my eye. All right, but I think they had a lot of production issues and whatnot, and the storyline just kind of just ran flat with me.
It was confusing when I saw it.
It was. Yeah. I don't know. I was like, I don't want to be like the negative on it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I love all the movies. I really do love them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just, it was a different take, I guess.
Okay.
With the cult thing, I guess, really kind of threw a lot of shit, you know, in the mix.
When you try to explain Michael Myers, he becomes less creepy.
Yeah.
To me. I feel like the more mystery we have about him, you know, if there's no why, then it's much more terrifying.
Yeah.
Which I'll talk about. I'm going to talk about that later on with
there was some cool. There's some cool parts. I felt like he was bigger too throughout the movie, not normal. That part where he's coming up from like the storm cellar and there's like lightning striking in the background. He's just walking up. That was pretty sweet. That scene where they're the hallway is going upstairs and you can see him coming down the stairs. That was kind of creepy and scary. I was like, oh shit, he's coming down now, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Tommy Doyle, Paul Rudd.
Yeah. You know, I didn't realize that was him again. I saw the movie when I was younger, and then, you know, Paul Rudd got big much, much later. And it's funny because a group of us, which it wasn't you, but it was including your wife, Ashley, when we were a lot younger, we rented that movie, and everyone was like, fucking A, Paul Rudd's in this. And I was like, oh, no shit, it is Paul Rudd.
It's pretty funny. You know, he's Tommy Doyle. So
yeah, I mean, what was it, 96?
Cool. 96?
I think Curse of Thorn was 96, 95, 96, right around there somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. I can't wait to go on that.
I have it wrote down on my damn thing. It was 95.
95, okay.
Literally right there.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
All right. I can't wait to go on that one. I'll talk more about that one when it's my turn. My number 10, I almost called you to be like, let's just not put this in because I don't have a lot to say about this, but it's Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. This would be ranked much higher. As a standalone movie, it's cool. And they messed up because with John Carpenter, that's my Boston coming out. So
is that Carpenter guy?
Yeah, it's a Carpenter. Say hi to your mother for me. But,
how's she doing?
Yeah. Good. She's tired of fucking my father. But no, it was John Carpenter initially wanted to do an anthology series to where Halloween wasn't just Michael Myers. It was an anthology, meaning the different movie would deal with different things. And John Carpenter actually loved Halloween 3 and hated Halloween 2. He still hates. He found it to be absolutely blasphemous. And he said he made it because, lack of better judgment, the studio flashed some money at him. Of course. And after seeing that interview, I was like, ugh, it sat wrong with me. And I'm going to touch on that. I'm going to touch on this later. But this movie I thought was cool. I enjoyed it. I don't really have a lot of bad things to say about it. It's just they already screwed up by making Halloween 2 and then placing this as Halloween 3. Because I understand why fans were upset that Michael Myers wasn't in it. You already made 2 movies. You screwed up. The anthology's over. If you're making Halloween from now on, it's going to have Michael Myers in it. What I felt like they did, even if this is what they initially wanted to do, I felt like they just put a pretty cool sci-fi / horror movie and stapled the Halloween name onto it to get people to go see it. That's how I feel. When it's really isn't the case, but cool themes. The silver shamrock masks show up in David Gordon Green's trilogy. I thought that was really cool. That was a nice little touch. That was pretty
cool too. I agree.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, the movie was brutal. I mean,
yeah,
it's really weird. We've talked about this. It's a movie going after kids. And what happens is kids would buy these masks and they're to watch this commercial that plays on Halloween. Silver shamrocks, and they'll die. Pretty much, I mean, you see one kid suffer from it, and he starts grabbing the mask and collapses. And just freaking snakes and bugs start falling out of it. And it's like, that's pretty wicked. It felt like, you know what? It didn't feel like Halloween 3. It didn't feel like a Halloween movie. It felt like a creep show. Remember Creep Show?
I do.
Creep Show 1, Creep Show 2. Put it in there. Shorten the story. Put it in Creep Show.
That's actually a good point there.
You got a good movie there. You got a good movie. No one's going to complain that isn't Creep Show. But they're going to complain when you slap the Halloween name onto it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
This is actually my number 9. So
roll into it.
We can just kind of go with it. I mean, you've said everything. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
Oops.
No. I was told that John Carpenter didn't have any plans for Michael Myers in another Halloween movie after that first one, but obviously the second one came out, but he wanted like a different Halloween related story each time.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like what you're getting at.
Yeah.
But I thought that was I do enjoy it because it is a cool storyline and everything. Mm-hmm. But it's just, how are you gonna make 2 movies about Michael Myers and then label the third one the third and not have Michael Myers in it? That really bothered me a lot.
It's too hard of a turn,
and no one was really ready for that kind of thing,
right?
And I don't know. It was just weird, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, very very odd choice, super odd.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, it is a good movie. It's just
does it fit? Does it fit? There's a reason why. We were thinking to not include it in this because you can't even necessarily rank it fairly at all.
Mm-hmm. That is true because majority of people will probably put that last or very close to last.
Oh
which
yeah,
in our
all
case,
the rankings,
it is very close to last.
All the rankings I see, they have it last. A lot of them, just for that reason. So
yeah,
my number 9 is Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers.
That's my next one.
Yeah, God, we're just gonna roll into this.
So we're just kind of like one back.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's a couple good things in this. This is another one where, all right, we got to figure out how Michael survived, and he ends up being taken care of by this homeless hobbit.
That was so weird. But when I was little, I remember watching this when I was little. I was like this lady has. Was it a lady?
No, it was a man.
No, it was a guy. It was a guy. That's right.
Yeah.
I was like, he just has no idea. Who he's dealing with right now.
Yeah. Like, wow, this guy is terrifying, covered in bullet holes.
It's cool. Again, I liked. Yeah, that's right. Because he got shot. He was crawling down the frickin' whatever, the ditch, and then he was in the water. He was like white water rafting down. But no, it was cool. I mean, it had its moments, but then, I thought the Jamie thing was pretty cool. Like, I really enjoyed Jamie in the 5 and 4. I thought it was a cool thing, or a cool.
Yeah,
what do you call it?
I liked her in 4. I hated the dude. I don't know what it was.
Aspect, I guess.
I don't know what it was in the 80s, but they really like telekinetic shit.
Again, getting back into this crap.
Here we are. Like, all of a sudden, she's up and she can see him and see what he sees and blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, they just love this shit in the 80s. By far, I would say, next to H2O, the worst mask in the entire series. He doesn't even look like Michael Myers. Like, the mask is like thinned out in the face. He has like no chin, real long hair.
The hair was ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's just so weird. It's such an odd choice for a mask. Loomis is a complete dick. Like, when he's trying to sacrifice fucking Jamie, like, come here, Michael. You want to come here? I'm like, all right. And
you know that's funny too.
Go ahead.
I didn't want to bring it. I wanted to say it before, and I just kept thinking about it. The mask on the actual movie is not the same mask in the movie.
No, it's
unlike the front cover, the poster.
Yeah, for 4
that's
and 5.
Ain't that original?
Yes.
Yeah.
For 4 and 5, they.
Then you get in, you're like, wait, hold on, what's this?
Yeah, it's Michael Myers from the Wish Foundation. Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I got it on Temu.
Yeah, yeah. But they screwed up in a lot of areas.
Wish Foundation. Where the hell did you come up with that?
Make-A-Wish Foundation. Oh, look, it's Michael
Myers. That's not Michael Myers.
Yeah, yeah.
I want the real one.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Yeah.
No, kids, it's really me. But they killed Rachel off from the 4th one.
Yeah.
That was a stupid ass move, but she didn't like the script either. That actress did not like the script. She did not like it. The one thing the movie does do right is Tina, Rachel's friend, completely redeems herself on this one, saving Jamie. Yeah.
Damn, I felt so scared when she was going through like the hallways and he's like chasing her. Was it her dream? God, I haven't seen that movie in so long now. Was it a dream she had, Jamie? Remember she was like going door to door and they're all locked. She was like going through a school.
That's the 4th one.
Where's the 4th one?
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's okay.
Either way, I remember feeling, because I was obviously little, like so much anxiety, being like, oh my God,
yeah,
she's going to get killed, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
the car scene when he's chasing her with the car got me when I was younger. I was like, oh man, that's nuts. Man. So
damn.
Yeah. It just sucked. I feel like it was just made for a cash grab. That's about it. And this one was actually the one that introduces Thorn, to where you see the tattoo on Michael's wrist and the man in black busts him out of jail, which pisses me off because they cut that scene. There's a scene out there, a filmed scene of that dude taking out the whole police station. And it was just never.
Really?
Yeah, it was never used. Jamie, and then they see them putting Michael in the back of a van as she gets kidnapped. Yeah. Yeah.
No way.
A whole bunch of stuff cut out. And that's just one thing. I just feel like a lot of directors like, man, what the fuck? What are you guys doing? You know, like if you're going to cut anything out, you know, do something else. But whatever. That was a low one.
God, I can't get over that mask. I keep thinking about the damn mask.
That was a horrible, horrible, horrible mask.
You come up with this shit, man.
Yeah,
you got the mask in the first one. Just keep using it. Isn't that hard?
Well, apparently
we got the mask right here. No, let's get a different one.
Yeah. Well,
no, we don't want that one.
Like, yeah. I'm assuming. What I'm assuming is the Captain Kirk mask was discontinued that they made out of in the first one. And they've never really been able to duplicate it. I take that back. And that'll be in my number 8.
Yeah.
So
what was up with him like always holding a knife up by like his chin, you know?
Dude, that's one thing.
What's up with that? I mean, there was multiple times. Remember when Loomis was going through the house looking for him and he's standing behind him and the knife's like this.
Yeah, a lot of
what's up with that?
A lot of the actors are very inconsistent. Yeah,
he looks around. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah.
Again, this ain't the Michael that we know.
No,
I don't want that.
No, I would probably say he was the worst actor of any of the franchises. Terrible.
That's sad.
So, what's your number 8?
I have number 8 is the first Rob Zombie movie, 2007.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Again, the kills were great. The violence, man. That movie got me so going too. Dude, I don't even know I can't even talk right now. It's so aggressive, like how Michael Myers is, and you're kind of saying that about it when we were talking about the second one. He's like, the violence is so strong, and it really makes you feel like, fuck, man, that's Michael Myers. You got to get the hell out. Like, it was just so aggressive.
Yeah,
it was all right. I know he had to do the reboot, whatever, but I like the darker take on it and a little bit grittier kind of feel, but I just fell from the original, man.
yeah.
I always say, like, I'm biased when it comes to the reboots and remakes and whatnot. I keep comparing it to the original, and it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, you ain't touching it.
I remember you calling me and go, dude, there's a trailer. There's a teaser.
Yeah.
You got to go see it. And I was like, well, what's on it? And it's before smartphones. And you're like, man, this chick's like running out of the house. He like grabs her, drags her back in. I was like,
that was
all right, cool.
Such an intenseness.
Yeah. 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 Annie, he did not like Annie. Man, he put her through hell. Oh. All right.
Damn.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we on? I'm not
8.
Okay.
All right.
8. Okay.
My 8 is Halloween Ends. This one landed a lot higher than what I thought it was going to. And I appreciate the direction, but it failed. It landed so bad. This was I would say easily, the most mocked of any of the movies.
Oh, by far.
Like, dude,
by far.
That what was the little dickweed's name? Corey, was it?
Corey.
Yeah. He is not likable. He does not seem threatening. He's just a little whiny all the time, and I hated how they made it almost supernatural feel again. Yeah.
And that he was able to approach Michael.
Yeah.
And that, like, they had a bond. Like, the hell is that?
Yeah, like when he was grabbed by Michael, when he fell, he was dragged into the tunnel by that homeless guy. Mm-hmm. And Michael ended up grabbing him and saw something in his eye, which I get what he was going for. Jamie Lee Curtis said it in the movie, like, that's how it starts. He started returning to the spot where the little boy that he was watching died.
Yep.
And, he started returning to that spot, to where Michael kept returning to the spot where he killed his sister in the second one, which I feel like they just completely ditched anyway. Like, from the second movie, from Kills, like, a lot of the themes kept getting ditched. Like, from the second one, everyone's like, oh, is it the house? Is it the radio signal? Is it this? Is it that? No. And then at the beginning of the movie, we see a couple cool scenes to where how Haddonfield is being affected by that night. Mm-hmm. And if you notice, that lady hanging, remember that lady that hung herself? Yeah. That was Oscar's mom, the kid who died in the first one. He was in the backyard.
Oh, no, I didn't notice that.
Well, she's wearing his Halloween costume, the devil costume he was wearing.
Oh.
Yeah, she dressed up as him.
Oh, man, I screwed that up.
Yeah, and I was like, why wouldn't you go that route? Instead, you like made this like love story. The little black lady that had the fluorescent bulb shoved through her neck. You see her, like, there was so much they could have built off of it, and it just landed fucking flat to me. Like, it was so unnecessary. They got all that out of the way, and finally it's Michael versus Laurie. And this is what I'm going to talk about. Halloween Kills. Homeboy took out an army of armed firefighters. These guys are armed to the T. You know,
Yeah.
how is Laurie able to go one-on-one with this guy? like
it's like his kryptonite.
yes, like, oh,
Right?
it's Laurie.
She just becomes weaker.
Yeah, I'm even, and I want to hear like, oh, he's weaker over, he got weaker over time. Nah, she went one-on-one with him in the fucking Halloween 2018. I let that one slide, but like his power just diminishes around her. Like, bro, everyone's mad that Corey took the mask from him. Laurie's beating his ass. You know, like,
Yeah.
beat his ass.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I just
So this is my number
I just
7.
don't get
so
it. Yeah, we
we
were
would
rolling to
just
7.
chime in, you know. But I tell you what, I watched Kills and Ends with my kids too. I let my kids watch those. They don't get scared for nothing, so I'm like okay with it. But
Right.
At Kill or Ends when they just took out the doctor and that nurse
Yeah.
at the house, and then the next scene was Corey on the bike.
Yeah.
I seriously thought Michael Myers was on the like behind. Like even my son was like, "Was Michael Myers on the back?" Like, I was like, dude, if they made that, I would just be like, "We're done with this movie right
Yeah.
now. We gotta go. We
There's a
gotta get the hell
meme.
out of
There's
here."
a meme out there with
I
that.
seen it. I seen it. I think actually I sent it to you or something, but I was like, "What the hell, man?" Oh.
Yeah. I couldn't
They
help.
did. I feel like they did have potential with this movie.
They did.
They just
They did.
chose not to. It's a money grab. They're just like, well, let's do one more. We're gonna have to end it though because
Yeah.
we're running out of
The
ideas.
doctor, or the scene you're talking about, the doctor scene where they're both killing each other. I had such a Rick and Morty feel about it. Like
Yeah,
it's my sidekick. Oh, let's kill these guys.
Yeah.
Good job, son. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
felt like that.
you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the knife.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh my
holy
God, dude.
crap.
Yeah,
Like,
it was pretty pathetic.
I'll teach you to be
It
like
was.
me. I'm Michael Myers. Yeah, it was such a fucking shit. That's just the thing. Like, they try something different. Like, these movies just try something different. And they had it all set up. And it just did a 180. Once again, let's just do a 180 and just screw with people. And it was there was some... when that movie came out, there was some red lights going off online. Like, people are going to be pissed. I'm not spoiling this, but people are going to be mad. Man, were people mad. And I think it would have been good for an anthology movie, a one-off. I get it. Okay, like, but to end, 40 some odd years, like, once again, they screw with the timeline. Now we're back to Halloween 1. Yeah, I just feel like it was almost an insulting way to end the trilogy. But the one thing that saved it from the Halloween Kills was I felt like the people weren't written too stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool thing about that movie though, when in the beginning of the movie when Corey and Jeremy were watching TV, did you notice they were watching John Carpenter's The Thing?
The Thing, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
And
it was like, yeah, look at that.
It was kind of a homage to the original Halloween where they were also watching The Thing, but it was, of course,
the original.
Yeah, the original.
Or not the original. They're all original.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah. No, it wasn't The Thing.
I could have swore they were watching The Thing.
No, they were watching. It's another John Carpenter directed movie. What the hell was it?
Where?
It wasn't The Thing.
What, in Halloween Ends?
No, in the original Halloween.
Yeah, it was the old Thing, a black and white movie.
Was it?
Wasn't it?
No, that's what they were watching in. That was in Halloween Ends. They were watching John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah, that's a remake.
But I know. But the original.
Yeah, The Thing from Another World. That's what it was called.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We're on the same page now.
Yep. Ta-da.
Sorry.
Just joking.
Yeah. Just joking, guys.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, just
Yeah.
a little.
Well, that was the
Sorry,
thing
out
with
there.
this whole series, and it almost got annoying, was the nostalgia of it, and yeah, oh well.
Mhm.
Shit way. I sometimes I feel like I should have dropped that one lower, but it was a failed execution, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But they did take him out, man. That
Did you know-
scene
I
at
d-
the end was brutal.
Oh, okay.
They put him in the grinder or whatever.
Allison.
Yeah.
Did you notice her outfit was very similar to Laurie's in the original?
I missed
Yeah,
that. I would have to
you gotta
up.
look it up.
Yeah, I'll have to
that was
look it
something
up.
I came across later on when I was actually just reading some stuff.
Yeah.
But it's almost pretty much the same
Okay.
outfit.
All
I
right.
thought that was kind of cool.
Well, cool. All right. Well, number 7, what you got?
I did not label these, so I have to go back and look.
You're good.
Halloween 4.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Is it? Yeah, Halloween 4. And I mean, we already talked a little bit about it, so yeah. Again, I really liked Jamie being in it and stuff, and I thought it was, as a kid, you're watching this stuff with another kids in the actual movie,
Yeah.
and I think the fear of thinking like this could happen to me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like that was serious. Like I always was like, dude, he goes after kids. It's like, well, he only really goes after one kid, and it's supposedly his niece. But I thought it was cool. But again, ranking them, it didn't hit the
Did hit the
spot.
mark.
Did I not label these? Why am I should have did this way different than I labeled them. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, so it is number 7.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else on that one?
No, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, we're good. Sorry.
Yeah. My number 7 was Halloween H2O, 20 years later. I
Okay.
love how they have to tell you it's been 20 years later. I'll
I
never
know.
forget when they announced this title. It's like Halloween H2O. I'm like, that's dumb. Like, that's water. So I was like, okay. And then they have to tell you, like, well, just to clear things up, it's not water. It's 20 years later. Like, oh my God. So, okay.
Halloween 20. Oh.
Already off to a bumpy start. This is another movie.
H20.
Opens up super strong. Super strong. And if I don't know if you notice, in the opening scene, Michael is wearing the mask, which is by far the most underrated mask, the Halloween 6 mask. So it looks more, if you watch it again, it looks more like Michael. Well, for some fucking reason, they did not use that mask. And it drove me nuts. And I started seeing different things. Like, there were different masks in promotional pictures, and one was like, dude, he looked puffy and huge eyes. Well, we never saw that mask. And the reason why we didn't see that mask is because it was left in one scene, and they chose the dumbest thing to ever do. And it was the CGI of the mask. Did you notice that in the one scene when that Charlie turns
No.
around? Dude, you're going to shit when you see it.
Oh my God.
You're going to shit.
Dude,
Charlie,
I haven't seen, I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen that movie in 23 years,
Yeah.
probably.
So the kid is in, he's reaching for the corkscrew in the drain, and he's sitting there, he's
Yeah.
staring at the switch for the garbage disposal, and he gets it out, and he turns around, and it's Michael.
Oh, man.
Michael's standing there, and it's this, the mask is CGI because they only had that crappy, like, goofy looking space alien mask, and so they CGI'd over it, and man, they just released this movie
No
in 4.
way.
They just released this movie in 4K. I posted on the Facebook page. It is horrible, horrible. And I was just dumbfounded. Even what's even more weird is that they cut to him in the eyeball. Like he's in Michael's eyeball reflection. I'm like, why don't you just go to that? Why bother CGIing the mask? Why bother with the CGI mask?
Wow. I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Isn't that bad? Look at the hairline. So
it's receding. No.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny? 20 years later, it's receding back. It's a fucking mask. How's that receding?
Yeah. So
oh my God, it looks weird.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's a horrible
then they
job.
chose the final mask, which is the mask that's shown in most of the movie. Not the best mask, not the worst mask.
Jesus Christ.
The biggest thing I had, and you mentioned it earlier, the mask was so close and so tight on the actor. You saw his eyes the whole time. And I'm sitting here like, I'm fucking lost. We're going, now we screwed the timeline up already. We're going back after Halloween 2. His eyes are gone. He got shot in both of his eyes. Why are his eyes there?
Yeah.
So,
oh my God, that scene was pretty sweet too.
Yeah, it was. And the actor, every time he saw him, he's like looking like this, like wide eye, like, oh, I'm scared.
You know, that's how he was in that mask too.
Yeah. And I was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Michael Myers.
Yeah. And I was like, what the hell? Like, even as a young kid.
Come on.
But this movie did have a lot of ups. It did have a lot of ups. The kills were good. There was some suspense. Mike was back to being suspenseful. And they should have ended it here. Michael takes off his head and she's breathing heavy like he does. I don't know if you noticed that at the end when she's holding the axe. She's breathing heavy like he did. And boom, ends. Okay, we're done.
Didn't notice it.
Yeah.
I should have really watched all these movies over again.
Yeah, I do it. I watch these things like 90 times. But it's a very mid movie, which is probably why it lands at number 7. It's very mid, but I started losing, like, going back, like, I'm like, man, John Carpenter really, I feel like he mailed this one in too. You know what I mean? Like, he hates Halloween 2, the original.
Yeah.
He came back for this one. It's an absolute mess. They can't choose a correct mask. And then, yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. And then come to find out, he loves Halloween Kills, which I can see why people would like Halloween Kills, but, whatever. All right, so what do you got for number 6?
Number 6 is Halloween Ends. Yes.
We're closer on that than I thought we would be. I for some reason, I thought you would have been putting that lower, but...
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we were just talking about it. It had its moments. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the best,
No, like I said, it probably would have been a better one-off, goofy, straight to like a what if, like a Marvel what if series.
What if?
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a lot cooler. Is that
No,
another one
agree.
I rambled off on you and covered everything?
Yeah, pretty much. That's another thing. We're different, right?
Yeah.
We're going back and forth, so it's like we had to go back and like, save this. I don't want to talk about it. We'll save it here, and we're just kind of going back and forth,
I feel like the closer we get to the top 3, the much more similar we will be. My numbers. Go ahead.
You're good.
My number 6 was Curse of Thorn. Sloppy movie. Very, very sloppy movie, but my God. Probably the top 3 masks of all of Halloween movies. Very underrated mask for me. Wilbur returned as Michael Myers, and I thought was awesome. I thought he was an awesome Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
The one scene, I find Halloween 6 to have the most brutal Michael Myers outside of Halloween 7. And the reason why I said that is, if you remember, he gets Jamie. He's chasing Jamie, dude. He hangs that nurse on the wall like putting her on that spike.
Yeah.
Chases Jamie, grabs her, slams her on that whatever that thresher is, man, just, and she is just coughing blood. She's dying. You can't have the baby, and she's reaching up, and all of a sudden, like he starts reaching at her like he cares, and I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Just to put his hands on her shoulders and shoves her even further down. And
that was such a crazy scene too.
Yes, and turns the machine on, and I was like, all right, this Michael's mad. This is not an emotionless.
Yeah, he's trying to get you. He's not trying to let me see the baby.
Yeah,
you know?
Dude. The tunnel when they're in the first of all, let me go back. When he is in the when he's in the hospital room, like, dude, just all of a sudden, like, homeboy is like, had enough of all these doctors, and just massacres them with like an overgrown, near machete-sized knife. Kills them all. One doctor escapes, and they're running, and the doctor's just behind. And Michael is walking the fastest you've ever seen him walk.
No shit.
And they get in that tunnel, and Tommy Doyle closes it. Paul Rudd, the hero, closes the door, locks it, and it is a cage door. And Michael shows up. The doctor's like, hey. And Michael just, boom, just keeps hammering the dude's head and uses his face to break the door down. Like I was like, okay, ouch. Like, it was just a brutal Michael. Like, he was the axe, in the sheets. That scene scared the shit out of me. The piece of shit stepdad or whatever the hell he was, man, he got his big time.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
Head blowing up. And no, I thought it's a terrible movie. It's a terrible movie. The Curse of Thorn is a mess. Mike's banging his niece. We're off the fucking rails here. If it wasn't for him being so wicked in this movie, I would easily throw this down to number 11, 10. But The Mask saves it, and he saves it. And it has a special place in my heart because it's the last time we got to see Donald Pleasance be Dr. Loomis.
That's true.
He ended up
that
passing.
Was his last one.
Yeah, he ended up passing away before the end of, before the release. So kind of has some sentimental stuff in it. Terrible movie. Again, it has some good qualities in it, but it's a mess. Absolute mess.
Yeah.
The producer's cut, I was expecting to be much better. Maybe in a couple spots it was better. Nothing. It didn't make it better.
I think the Mask really did a lot. Like, it ruined a lot for me.
Really? You didn't like The Mask, huh?
That's just random. I don't know. Maybe it was the hair. I don't know. The hair was because there's some scenes it was like pushed up a little bit. And
yeah.
Like I said, there's some scenes that I remember him walking down the hallway, and he just looked big too. Like, I just don't understand.
I'm gonna tie that one in. Yeah, the body looked odd, and because Wilbur, he played him in Halloween 4 also, and I'll just say this right now about Halloween 4. One thing that bothered me about Halloween 4, those fucking shoulder pads. I do not know why homeboy had shoulder pads on. It made him look.
I think they wanted them to make it look. That's what they wanted. They wanted him to look bigger. I don't know if they're kind of trying to jump off of, or like jump towards Friday the 13th, because Jason always looked big.
Yeah.
Maybe they were trying to look for that route, but again, Halloween 4 that came out in the 80s. So I mean, I don't know. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but I mean,
kind of still in.
What made Halloween 1 and 2 so creepy was, like, it wasn't like Michael was a huge guy. He was, I would say, almost slender, an average size guy, but his strength at times was like through the roof. And
yeah,
I find that to be a little more scary. Like, you don't know what this dude's packing, like, oh, I'm gonna, I don't think Bob expected to be picked up and have a knife drove through him, but we'll get to that one. But I can get what you're saying there. I can get what you're saying.
I'll tell you what though, that that Halloween 6. I love the cover of that too.
Oh yeah.
And like the blue tint
mask.
to the mask. Yeah, that looked really cool. I remember seeing it and like oh, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Number 5.
What you got?
I got Halloween 2007.
Okay.
I appreciate. There was some good things that Rob Zombie did. There's some bad things Rob Zombie did. A couple things that bothered me was the House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. I love, but there's some redneck fucking horror in that movie. In those two movies, I hate that it's spilled over into Halloween 2007. With the stepdad and the mom's a stripper and yada yada yada. Like, okay, like now we're showing reason. Like I mentioned earlier before, now we're showing reason why Michael is the way he is. He's had a bad childhood. He's been bullied. He's been this. His family treats him like shit. And it made him, to me, less scary. Now I know a reason. This, that. And it was like, okay, all right, now we know why he is what he is. But it didn't derail the whole movie for me. Like I said, there were some good things. Like Michael Myers is something completely different in this movie. He is a huge ass bulk of a dude that is just unstoppable. And I'm gonna come out and say it. Joe Grizzly, I loved him. Joe Grizzly, bitch. Let me pass this beast in peace. I got a burrito talking back at me. But, dude, that scene was great. He was my favorite character in the whole movie.
Oh, my God. Dude.
But solid mask. The kills, what we're there to see are awesome. And it was very intense. It was a very intense movie. I let older guy, he's like, yeah, I never saw that movie. I'm like, well, I'll bring it in for you. And he was like, that movie was intense. He's like, I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. So, I feel like Rob Zombie did a decent job. Yeah, it was decent. I would have preferred a one-off and be done with it. So, but yeah, decent movie. Tyler Mane is a fucking beast.
That dude is a monster, man.
He is huge.
He is
huge.
No one better to play that character. Seriously, I mean, god damn it. Remember, he was in well, you remember the first X-Men?
Yeah, Sabretooth.
Sabretooth was, he played Sabretooth.
Yeah.
And I just remember seeing him, I was like, that's a monster of a dude.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He's in he actually does a lot of the comic book stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in quite a bit.
Yeah.
But,
yep.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah. So yeah, Rob Zombie did a decent job. Number 4, I got, I didn't mean to do this. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Nice.
I put this much higher than you did.
Yeah.
But one of the best openings of the series. A lot of weird things, Donald Pleasance. Yeah, he came back as Dr. Loomis, and he's scarred up. He's significantly older. I mean, it was about 10 years later, and they're transporting Michael Myers on, I don't know, Halloween night or the night before, and Michael Myers is still bandaged up. And I was like, why is he bandaged up still? It's been 10 years. Loomis is good, but I will say, he looked cool as shit. He looked real cool. Like when that mechanic's on the ground working and, hey, hand me that socket. And he looks like, hey. And all of a sudden, Michael's sitting there and the dude's got like a dye bar, and boom. And then, Loomis ends up seeing him. And, he doesn't have the mask yet and pretty wicked looking, but it ends up leading up to, dude, that ambulance scene was brutal. This was when Michael had like ridiculous strength. Like I'm putting my thumb through this dude's forehead You know,
Dude, that was wicked.
that was
too.
real wicked. And
Well, that's when you feel like, oh, maybe it's supernatural. Maybe he is supernatural. You know, who knows?
yeah, it's very inconsistent, just like the timeline. But you know, Jamie was a great character. Daniel Harris did a great job. But yeah, like what I said, like the mask was awful. The mask was terrible. They couldn't. They had the nerve to use the original mask on the movie poster, and the shoulder pads. But I did like this Michael Myers. I liked his mannerisms. I liked the way he moved. You know, Wilbur, I thought, did a great job. And yeah, it landed flat a couple times. I gotta give it up to Bucky. Homeboy got thrown into the electricity. Was it Bucky? Was that his name, Bucky? I think it was
Yeah.
Bucky. Yeah.
This
I'm
is
calling
Bucky,
the
right?
police. Gone. Gone. But
Oh my god, dude.
I thought that was one of the better sequels. Honestly, I thought it was a good fresh return of Michael Myers, and they found a way to continue through the handcuffs that were presented in Halloween 2 that we'll talk about when we get there. So
That's right.
yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah. Okay.
all
I'll
right.
jump ahead now.
Yeah.
So
Number 3, what you got? Top 3, here we go.
So Halloween 2, 1981. I have it number 3.
Yo, okay.
Yeah. I don't know why I had it at 3, because I don't want to jump ahead, but number 2 and number 3, I was looking at Halloween 2.
Flip-flop?
Number 2 and 3, I guess it could have either went which way.
Uh-huh.
I thought the second Halloween was cool. Obviously it continues the story, which later on doesn't matter because, well, we skipped all those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the hospital scene, it was so cool.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the bed and that nurse comes over him and he just grabs her and then it goes from there. Like I love him going through the hospital. And remember when I was at the VA the one time and I sent you that photo? It was empty at night. 'Cause I had to go
Yes.
for an MRI and it was just a hallway.
Yes.
And I was like, this is the Michael Myers scene right here.
Yeah.
Like he's walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
That's how it looked.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so creepy. And I still look at hospitals like that now. It's just like eerie. And then I think of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think of right away.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, he goes up to Laurie's bed, and he had like a scalpel or something.
Yeah, man.
And he just started going to town on the bed.
Yeah,
But
he wanted to open
she
her
ain't
up.
there.
Yeah.
She ain't there. She's already running. But he walks through that glass door,
Yeah.
and he's chasing her, man. And I really felt like from the original to that one, it was like it was intense.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh, it's back. Like everything was there, what you wanted it to be there. And she's trying to get in the car, and he's still coming. So Halloween 2, I thought they did a really good job with it. And like I said, this could easily been flip flop for the actual number 2 spot. And
Yeah.
yeah. I thought they did a great job.
I agree. I feel like there's a large drop off from the top 3 we're about to have to the middle. Like I feel like there's a big cliff. There's a big dip.
Mhm.
And then it just gets worse from there. But my my number 3 is Halloween 2018.
That's my number 2.
I really feel like we got on the right track with this one. Like we were back, like, oh, okay. I was a little irritated that we didn't jump back to Halloween 2, which unfortunately already happened. It undid what John Carpenter regretted doing in Halloween 2 with the brother and sister dynamic. But I did get, like, as good as I thought this one was, I did get really nervous when Dr. Sertain put the mask on. And I was like, oh, where are we going from here? He looks goofier and shit. Like, oh no. But this is where I'm gonna start getting frustrated. I'm gonna gripe on this. In Halloween 2018, they were obsessed with him talking. They wanted him to speak. It starts off that way. Say something! Say something! And then Sartain, the last thing he ever says is, Michael, speak. And Allison even tricks Dr. Sartain, like, he spoke to me. And he gets all like, whoa. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like, is this guy, like, why are we so obsessed about him talking now? And in the Halloween Kills, it was the house. Which, real quick, I'm going to hop back to Halloween Kills. A couple good things that they did. Yeah, I really robbed that. That flashback scene was bananas sweet. That was fucking awesome. Probably the second best Michael Myers has ever looked in it. And Big John, Little John. All right. God rest their souls. They were a good part of Halloween Kills.
Little John.
Yeah, so Halloween Kills, it was about the house. He kept wanting to return to the house. He wanted to stand where he murdered his sister. And he wanted to look out and see his reflection. And everyone's like, well, what does he see in the reflection? What is he looking at? Why does he keep returning there? And everyone was so psyched about ends because it's like, oh, we're going to get answers. Nope. No. Nope, that house got burnt down. Not going to worry about it. Michael's in this fucking sewer. We're going to ditch everything that we're going to work with, that we've been building up on. Yeah. We're going to ditch the other two themes and we're just going to go in this direction. It was like, you guys, there was no common theme outside of Michael and Laurie and Allison, and that is it. So that was my frustration with this, but it started off good. Halloween 2018 was fantastic. They went back and they did a good job. His eye is damaged. He's got the hole in the neck of the mask when the sewing needle went in.
The original.
Yeah, and it was just solid in, they're hurting Michael. He got fucking blasted a few times. The kills were awesome. It was intense. I sat there, I was like, we're good. If they would have ended it right there with the fire, just showing the fire and you're not sure if he's down there or not, I would have been completely okay. And
yeah, I think I would have been all right too.
He was actually meant to die at the end of this one before, once again, just money just starts ruining this shit. And it was actually supposed to be a one-on-one outside the compound, her house, we'll call it a compound, and he ends up succumbing to his wounds that he got from Laurie. Which I could probably see, but I would have been really cool. I would have been fine if they would have just ended it there, honestly. But it was cool, Laurie been planning it her whole life. There was the suspense when she walks in the room and all the mannequins are there, and I'm like, dude, and I got so mad because you never clear a room with a fucking shotgun. Anything long barreled, I'm like, what are you doing, you dumbass? Like, I was like, someone's gonna grab the gun, and he grabs it. He and grabs the gun, and I was like, you dumbass. Yeah. But I did like the role reversal and how he knocked her out and she rolled off the balcony and landed. And then Michael, and Michael looks down and she's gone. I was like, oh, tables have turned, motherfucker. Like. Yeah, I appreciate that, but this was the one of the first sequels where I was like, okay, we're back on track for a little.
So
while.
Obviously this is my number 2, so I can I'll just roll with it.
Yeah,
I agree. They had some awesome kills in this, and it brought back that Halloween vibe. You're like, yes, this is it.
Yeah.
One of the obviously I think it's the second kill is when he killed that chick in the bathroom of the gas station, and he's like touching the door and she's like, someone's in here. Yeah. Was that the second kill? Because he killed the mechanic first, right? Well, that's how he got the jumpsuit. He killed
a couple people in there because you see him in the background. If you look closely.
That's right. No, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Okay.
He killed like two people in there.
That bathroom scene was so intense.
Yeah.
And they show it from the floor view, and he comes walking in. And the next thing you know, the door, she's like, oh, someone's in here. And he drops the teeth.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That got me going so much. I was like, holy hell, Michael Myers is back.
Yep. Yes,
And
sir.
then he obviously kills her, goes and takes his mask out of the trunk.
Yeah.
And then he goes to town.
Yep.
Well, literally goes to town.
Yeah.
He goes back to Haddonfield.
Yeah.
But, dude, that was such a like intense moment. And I was like so thrilled that this movie was back. Like Michael Myers was back.
Yeah.
Like it was so cool.
What I liked about it is you could see him in the background a lot. Like when they pulled up to that gas station or shop
Again,
or
to
whatever,
the original, right?
Right.
He was always there.
Yeah, you saw
he was always
him in
there.
the background. And it's like, dude, and he was so calm. Like you just saw him walk. He just walked up and there's cars and everything around and he is literally massacring this whole shop like stealth mode. Boom, 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 boom. Dead.
Yes.
4 or 5 people dead right there. And it's like, then he walks out and just grabs a mask like nothing happened.
Yeah. Time to go.
Yeah. And it's exactly what it was. And it was like, okay, he's on the loose now.
Dude, I was like, even when we were, it was my wife. Yeah. My wife was watching with me and she's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that was awesome.
Yeah. There was no
Like,
rhyme or reason to what he was doing.
Yeah.
And until
then, like, I mean, I don't know if we went over it last episode or if it was early this one. Then he just went house to house.
Yeah. Just house to house, just like 3 houses in a row.
Yeah.
You know, walked up to that
Like,
house.
holy shit.
Took out the oh man, I'm trying to get these ones in order.
That was the old lady, right?
He took out the old lady. There was a lot of Halloween 2 throwbacks. Hey, do you want mustard on your sandwich? Like that chick was dressed as him. And then the baby part, everyone's like, oh, jeez. And then he just
I
walked
know.
past.
They just kind of went off that one. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
that would have been bad.
Yeah, I don't think I could have stomached that. But no, it was yeah, I felt like we really
the whole
got on
trick or
right
treating scene too.
Yeah, it was
when he was just
awesome.
walking the streets.
track. Yeah.
Like
How do you
all
know?
the kids are running around and he's just sitting there just looking around. It's like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
he's right here,
Yeah.
man.
All the
It's so intense.
all the kids and you saw that was where you saw the silver shamrock mask and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing though, because I like how they threw it back to the original
Yeah.
and they had some scenes and stuff that was cool.
Yeah.
To see. So
Yep.
So obviously your number 2 is number 2.
No, the
Is that right?
original. No, yeah, it's Halloween 2. Yeah.
Did you?
Yep.
I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Throwing it off though.
Yep. I think Halloween 2 is a very strong sequel. There were a couple things where, like, I get where John Carpenter didn't like this because Halloween 1 wasn't necessarily gory, to where Halloween 2 definitely got more into the slasher vibe. The kills were more intense. Yeah, it was just more of a slasher. It was more of a slasher film, I guess, if that makes any sense at all. But the kills were more graphic. But I didn't think it was that big of a deal that he made it out to be. The big thing the issue I had with this movie was he moved like a robot at times, like so slow, just so Laurie can get away, like. And but it was the original mask, but Dick Warlock wore it this time, and it pushed out his face was thicker. And it was from Castle's face, and it kind of pushed the mask out. But man, there were some cool scenes in this. You know, when you think Laurie got away, and her little boy toy comes out, he's like, "We're gonna get out of here," and then he falls on the horn, and you're like, "Dude, where's Michael? Where's Michael?" And she's trying to get away, and he shows up in the red light, and you're like, "No, no."
Yes.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
It still had some good tension in it.
Oh,
you know,
that's such a good part.
the part when the cop is in the cop is looking for the security guard, looking around. Homeboy ended up getting a hammer to the face. But yeah, brutal. The kills were brutal,
Oh.
but it still had that suspense. Like you saw Michael in the background. And then you saw him on the cameras just roaming the halls. I mean, the staff, they must have been very short staffed.
That was cool.
But
yeah.
I
It
feel
was a
like
night, so nighttime's always short.
yeah, I feel like it was much more. I feel like it was a very solid sequel. It seems seamless. I mean, it was very obvious Jamie Lee Curtis was wearing a wig, but it was a few years later, whatever. But yeah, I liked it. The only problem I had was just the mannerisms were so different from the first one. But you know, solid. I would have been okay if they ended it there. If they never made another Halloween movie after that, you have a 1 and 2 that are just a 1-2 punch and very solid. So
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. I was pretty pleased with that.
yeah.
So
gee, Brandon, what do you have for number 1?
all right, Friday the 13th
Yeah.
part. Yeah, I mean you can't beat it, man. It's the blueprint of the movie.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna beat it. Halloween 1.
Yeah.
It's the pioneer. Did that introduce the slasher, or would you say that came before?
I think it brought
That was
it.
78.
It depends what you define it as, but
Yeah.
yeah, I would say yeah. I mean, I would say if it didn't define the slasher films, it set the bar for slasher films.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like 78. And again, just before that, I mean, I can't really think of anything that, I mean, I guess you can call Psycho, but that's going back 18 years.
Yeah.
There's got to be stuff in the between, but it definitely set it on the map to, for the rest of what's about to happen in the next 30, 40 years.
Yeah, well, you kind of nailed it on the head. It was the blueprint, I would say. I think you were fairly accurate
for sure.
That.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, we got introduced to Michael, and
yeah,
it was such a great one.
There's so much iconic stuff in this movie. The mask. I mean, think of how different this could have been. I don't know if a lot of people know this. I mean, they know it was a Captain Kirk mask. They ripped off the sideburns. Yeah. They opened up the eye holes. They spray painted it white. But it was almost an Emmett Kelly mask. And what Emmett Kelly is, and everyone has seen this face before. It's a sad clown.
Yeah.
And that would have been pretty freaking intense. But
yeah, you sent me that picture, and I for sure thought, I was like, dude, that would have been creepy as hell to see.
But what makes that mask work is there's no emotion. That mask is not mad. That mask is not sad. That mask is not happy. That mask is not scared. There is nothing.
Is this a Dr. Seuss book?
In it, right? Yeah, right. But there's nothing to that mask, and every mask in this entire franchise has failed to do that. The Halloween Resurrection mask looks mad. It's got bit, almost frowning.
God.
Halloween 4 mask is almost too emotionless. Like, almost, there's less features to it. It freaked me out as a kid to where there's a reason why this just plain white mask is so intimidating. And it's
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lack of emotion. Yeah.
The blacked out eyes, and the eyes weren't blacked out, right? You just couldn't see them.
No, they did it perfect. Dude, there was so much stuff. The lighting in this movie was so perfect.
That goes back a couple episodes when we're talking about lighting.
Exactly. And it pops in. It pops enough to where it's dark. And, dude, people didn't see this movie in HD. You know what I mean? Like, this was a dark movie, and you saw him pop. Man, when he starts popping up, when Laurie's discovering all the bodies, and she's leaning against the door frame, and she's crying, then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere,
dude,
his face is there.
So cool.
Yes, and
so
it is
cool,
absolutely solid. Yeah, it's by far my favorite slasher movie. It's
Oh, easy.
I mean, it's not even.
Yep.
You could sit here and call it a good movie. You know,
Mhm.
it's a classic. It's always going to be a classic. It catapulted horror into the mainstream. I would say, I guess if that's the right word.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's a reason why they can't stop fucking making these movies, and it's because of that first one. It's not because of the other ones. It's because of that first one, and they're trying to recapture it. And I really feel like the closest they got was Halloween 2 and Halloween 2018, and maybe the beginning scene in the flashback scene in Halloween Kills. That's the closest they've ever
Oh, that was
got.
kind of cool. I enjoyed that actually. So.
Yeah. Yep. So
Yeah.
damn near perfect. Or I would say that first one's perfect.
It is.
It was awesome. Awesome.
It
movie.
is. Not gory, yeah, it showed here and there, but God, it just played the tension and suspense just played perfect in that movie.
Yeah.
And
It was more tension than anything. You looked in the background,
That's
he's
it.
there, and you're like, fucking look, You
Yeah.
see him with Annie. You see him with Linda. You see him with, he's in broad daylight. The bushes, when they're walking towards him, you just
clothesline.
walk behind the clothesline with all the
he's there. He's
sheets.
driving by the school in the car.
Yeah, and
He's out there.
in that
Sitting by the car.
right, in that movie, there's no rhyme or reason. He's after them for no rhyme or reason. But to where Halloween 2 introduced the brother and sister thing, and I think after that, it handcuffed this entire franchise. You had to have Michael related to somebody. It was always handcuffed to that. And I was wondering if Rob Zombie was going to do that. I was like, maybe he won't do that. But then you saw the baby, and that was it.
It goes in there.
But I like that Halloween 2018 undid that, but it didn't matter because it was just Laurie Strode anyway. Didn't matter anymore. It was that anyway. So they undid it for no reason. I would say, safe to say, no reason.
Agree.
Yeah. So
Wow.
let's touch on a couple. What Michael was your favorite in this entire?
Obviously,
thing?
it's going to be the original.
Yeah.
And it's hard to go off of anything other than that. Nick Castle did a great job, and wow, he was silent, relentless, pure evil. Just that combination, and with his presence, dude, it's like, man, dude, I don't even know.
I think the walking scared me more than anything as a kid. Like, dude, why can't they get away from this guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, just walking. You guys are running around.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's the best version of him.
Yeah.
And like I said, Nick Castle did an awesome job, and he really set the standard high after that one.
I would say the most stress-inducing moment for me in that movie is when Laurie stabs him in the chest while she's in the closet. Well, the closet's very stress-inducing. Holy shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Just,
how are you going to get out of that?
Yeah, he's just tearing.
Like, you're dead. In real life, you're dead. You're
Yeah.
not getting out of there.
But when she's, like, kneeling down, she's beat up, she's defeated. Dude, whoever had this idea
Yes.
to have him sit up the way he sat up and look over was brilliant. That was terrifying. It wasn't
Yes, it was.
human looking. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
it was almost like Michael died right there, but whatever was driving him, like, no, we're getting back up, Michael.
Yeah.
And that was one excuse I kind of made to why he moved so different in the second one,
Mm-hmm.
But man, the way he sat up, dude, the legs didn't even move.
Normally, your legs move up, but he didn't. It just straight folded up.
I bet you people at the gym were like, I need the core strength of Michael Myers in that scene. Homeboy didn't even flinch his legs. He was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say the first one. I'll say too. Honestly, the sixth one, I just love the brutality of it. But now hear me out. Supernatural or more human? Michael Myers. What do you prefer?
Man, again, this is tough. I like that. I like the human aspect because it's like it's he's on your level at some, you know, looking at it like he's on your level. But I feel like majority of the time I know it's almost supernatural because he's always coming back, like we were just talked about. He sits up like he's back. It's like he died for a second and now he's back again. And here he comes. He's like nonstop. He gets stabbed in the neck with a freaking crocheting needle.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop him, you know, gets fucking eyes blown out. Doesn't stop him. He's still coming, you know?
Yeah.
It's like nonstop. So in a way, I like the supernatural, but in a way I like him as a human because he can be defeated.
Right.
I guess.
I get what you're saying.
More scarier as a human.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But again, like his strength, like, so he survives all these injuries, falling and everything. His strength is just incredible. So it's like you're almost looking at him as supernatural.
Yeah. You almost have to have that supernatural. I've never seen anyone take 238 shots to the face. And just,
3 or 4 times, but that was it.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I've seen.
He's like the Black Knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
I shot both your
arms off.
Yeah. I shot him 6 times. Just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't. He's bleeding.
Yeah. Yeah. But so moving forward, it's coming back. He's coming back. It's coming back. What is something that you want to see? We touched on it before a little bit, but what would you do?
I mean, we did touch on this a few episodes back. I do want to see a TV series. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know. I'm kind of like, in a way nervous, but in a way excited.
Yeah.
I want it to stay true to the original, go off of that. But like, where are they gonna start? Are they gonna finish? Well, they have to finish, or they'd have to start before, right? Or they're just gonna do a complete remake. So
who knows? Yeah.
Are they going to start as a kid? So I would like to see like how he was as a kid. I think that would be kind of interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know.
I would like to see some flashbacks. I have some stuff written up I've shared with you. I'll probably do a read through, like you said. And I'd like them to... I want something supernatural to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2007. There's reason why Michael turned out the way he did. He had a horrible childhood. Dude, I would love to have Michael Myers have, like, an awesome childhood. And for no reason, just no reason at all, one day he just
fed up.
He just changes. Blanks out. Not him anymore.
Damn, dude, that's a wild take.
Yeah, like I in the Scream little thing I wrote up, like the dad gets a little concerned because they're shopping for Halloween costumes, and he picks the clown costume to take home, but that's the last time he ever hears him talk. And a week and a half later, he ends up killing his sister, and
it's almost like
I want Loomis trying to find out what happened. I want it to be Loomis and Michael. I don't want Loomis, Michael, and Laurie. We've seen it. I want Loomis and Michael. I want Laurie in it for a portion, but I think they really need to stick with Loomis and Michael and watch a monster create a monster. You know, like, can Loomis isn't going to rest. Loomis sees murders going on here. Is it Michael? You know, he's just constantly on the hunt for Michael.
That would be...
Yeah, just keep you on your toes. I want an original interaction with Michael and Laurie where Loomis is involved. But after that, and I'll do the read-through. I'll do it. I want a complete separation, and I just want the story... I want Michael Myers to be Jaws. I want Loomis to be the sheriff, and I want him to go mad. Like, I can't find him. Where's he at? Where's he going? and just watch Loomis build this obsession and go to find out, like, okay, murders are popping up over here. Am I going to go pop up over here? Am I going to find them? And I want Michael to play with him bad and just drive him mad. I want Michael's issue to be with Loomis, and that's it. So
that's a different take, and I do like that.
I just feel like it opens up a barrage of stories that you can have. It's not handcuffed to the triangle of Loomis, Laurie, and but I want a younger Loomis. You know who I want to cast as Loomis? And I want it, like, if they're going to do like a trilogy, like a 10-year span, you know, not 10 years, but a big span of story. I don't know why. I want Michael Fassbender as Loomis. Like a younger Loomis that can keep up with Michael. You know what I mean? So I always thought of that. I was
That'd
like, man,
be interesting.
I'd cast as Loomis. I'd cast him.
I could definitely see him as
a doctor. Yeah.
Dr. Loomis, yeah.
I think it'd be kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
who would you cast as Michael? Is this a kid? Is it like a teenager?
Man.
Or are we talking like in his 20s right now?
Well, as a kid, I don't know who I'd cast as him as a kid.
It's kind of on the spot thing right there.
But I one scene I wrote up that I sent with you was when Loomis went to go visit Meyer's dad.
Yeah.
Man, who the hell?
I do like Michael Fassbender. I do.
Man, Michael Fassbender. I think I'd choose Bryan Cranston as his dad.
Okay.
And them two interact in that scene. I think that'd be really cool. But Michael, I would bring back to. I would not have an oversized Michael. I would bring him back to.
I think it needs to be average size.
Yeah, because that's it. Like anyone who crosses paths with him, they may be able to think like, I can take this guy one-on-one, and before you know it, you're losing. You're losing bad. And I always had this thing to where, like, some supernatural effect to where if you lose sight of him, he can pop up anywhere, no matter what. You have to keep your eyes on him. You have to, because if you notice, every time you look back, he's gone, or whatever. Or he did it in the first one. If you think about it too, because Laurie's looking at the sheets, and she does not take her eyes off him, and all of a sudden,
but then he's gone. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
It was
I
weird.
never really thought about that.
Yeah.
But then when she's in school and she looks over, he's standing by the car.
Yeah, and she gets called on.
And then she looks up, and then she looks back and it's gone.
Yeah. So I always thought
the sheets thing really messes with me.
Yeah.
Now. Holy hell.
So if you ever, that's what I would like. I think it'd be cool. Like if you lose sight of him, he can pop up anywhere, and it don't even have to make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, where is he?
Maybe this is supernatural. Yeah.
So I just think that'd be cool to kind of bring back and do it that way. And
yeah. No, I get that. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I'll do those read-throughs tonight. I'll send them to you and let me know what you think of them.
Yeah, we can definitely. You guys can expect something soon. So
yeah,
we'll just keep it at that.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. I think we should wrap up this episode. We're approaching 2 hours. It's crazy.
Yeah, no shit.
But that was fun. That's what we've been waiting for. Michael Myers, The Devil's Eyes.
Wow.
Yep.
That was cool.
Yeah, you'd be good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, man, that's the end of the...
Oh, I forgot to tell you something.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I meant to say this in the beginning, and I completely forgot about it.
Roll with it.
So today, obviously, I had a day off, and I was messing around, doing some shorts and shit, and just getting stuff together. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to look into more of the podcast stuff. Posting it up on the podcast sites and stuff like that.
Right.
So I signed up for Podbean. They have a free thing. And I was like, I'm just going to post a couple episodes because they only allow 5 hours total for your free account.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just going to post it up there and see what happens. So just before this, I logged on and I was like, oh, look at that. We have 3 followers on there.
What?
I posted episode 19 and episode 20 that we dropped. That's all I did. Just those 2 episodes. And we have 6 downloads already. Just off those 2 episodes.
Whoa.
So tomorrow I'm going to make a actual account.
All right.
And I'm going to start uploading and posting stuff in there. And I'll send you the links, and you can get us wherever podcasts are available.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, you heard it first here.
Yeah.
I heard it first, too.
Right when you're about to say it, I was like, he's going to say, follow us on the socials.
Yeah.
So right now it's just on Podbean, but eventually we will be on everything.
Oh,
So
that's so refreshing to hear. That feels good.
But the way 3 followers and then 6 downloads.
That's
just
awesome.
off the just the 2 episodes.
Super
So I was
cool,
like,
man.
holy shit. So maybe this is something. So
All right.
and it's just, and then it shows the demographics.
Uh-huh.
Our downloads came from Canada, the US, England, Germany, and Australia. So it's all over the world. That's not just
That's super cool.
United States.
Super cool.
So-
Awesome. Well, if those guys are on here right now listening to this,
Yes.
thanks, guys. That's really cool.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. Well, I guess
Yeah.
they can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
all you OGs out there who are listening to this on YouTube will be able to find us on Podbean and everything else here shortly. And
Yeah.
please, guys, like, share, subscribe. We're having a blast doing this. We're very small, but we want to keep going with this. And
Yeah.
wherever it takes us, we're going to go with it. We're going to roll with this.
Yep. That is right.
And
So
yeah, so unfortunately, that's the end of the Halloween episodes. Dude, that was so fun. That was a blast. I'm glad we came up with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I remember talking about it a month ago. I was, dude,
Yeah.
listen to this.
Yeah.
Like,
Now I can't. Like, I really feel like our following episode, we're gonna be like Wayne's World when they're like, yeah, we're gonna go to Hawaii, and they're like, let's go to Delaware.
cool.
Delaware. You know, like I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell we're gonna talk about.
Dude, when they say the Hawaii one,
Yeah.
there's like, hukalaki iki, who you want to lay
Yeah.
me? Dude, I still today say that line.
Pass the sauce, mahalo. Whooshiga.
Stupid ass.
Maybe we'll fucking talk about Wayne's World. Fuck it.
Hey, who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah. So, but guys,
All right.
we had a bunch of new followers this past couple weeks. Welcome.
yes.
We appreciate you all. We appreciate the OGs. You guys are awesome. I mean, shoot. You know what? I'm gonna give one a shout out. Right now, she's actually been like following and supporting on Facebook a lot and interacting a lot. Heather. I won't say her last name in case you want to remain private, but Heather, you know who you are. We talk on there on Facebook all the time. I appreciate your interaction. Super cool. Yeah, keep going. Like, share, and subscribe.
Very cool.
And we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, you know, I'll start giving shout outs to anyone that interacts with us.
Well, that's what I said before. If you ever had comments that you want to see on the show or whatever, we'll do shout outs too.
Yeah.
You know, just let us know.
Yep,
We'll hook it up.
Let us know. But yeah, thanks, guys. We appreciate you. That's going to wrap it up for the month of October. And
Damn it.
next week, we're going to do 4 episodes focused on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Turkey will be the first discussion.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
Yeah. Yeah.
No shit.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the episodes. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And we'll be talking to you soon.
Till next time, my friends.
See you later.